Hey guys, and welcome back to the main
You're not.
podcast. You okay?
Sorry,
Cool.
sorry.
Well, I'm using that. I'm using that. That's being used. All right. So, welcome back. We've got two guests in Tommy and Matt. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Actually, you're joined by your co-host BP. There's fun. But the Gunners have it.
Yeah, that's twice. That was twice now. I've got that recording. All right. So,
Hey guys, we're joined by a Man City fan. Speaking appearances. Good answer, Matt. Well done. And then we're joined by a Chelsea fan.
In Tommy.
As well. I mean, we're off to a flying start here.
City are going to win the league.
This is a car crash.
Yeah. Well, actually, you think of it. So anyway, we're going to start with the first question. We did it with our other guest the other night. Who do you think is going to win the league? Tommy, we'll start off with you. Honest answer as well.
City, easily.
City. Okay. Obviously mine now is
this year.
Yeah. I'm fine for him. Matthew?
Well, it's a tricky one, but I would have to say probably Crystal Palace. But that's just...
Okay, brilliant.
Yep, I agree with you. Joe and I for 40 goals.
It's a good shout. It's a very good shout.
I think that's probably worse than me saying the other night. I think West Ham will win it. But yeah.
No,
I mean,
Royalton deserves a Premier League title.
Fuck it, it'll be dead in 2 years. I like 70.
Well, yeah, but I think Neil Warnock's
yeah,
older.
but didn't Alex Ferguson win it when he's like 75?
I don't think he's 75 now.
Yeah, if you can find
Yeah,
out.
he is. 1 second.
I don't think he is.
Yes, he is.
I give him
Imagine Roy Hodgson
definitely
managing
this
the game at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid with Crystal
Oh, Lord.
Palace.
I want Roy Keane to win the Premier League. Just
What?
him.
What?
Okay, I don't know. Alex Ferguson's 79 right now. So when he retired, that was about, what, 7 years ago?
Right, he was 72 then. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's not 75, 72 different.
Close enough.
Alright. So, Bobby, do you want to go with the questions first?
Yeah, right. So these questions are directed at Matt. However, after Matt speaks for me, you can add your own input in after each question. So obviously, well, my first question was, can they win the league? You've already answered that.
No.
So, Matthew, we're talking summer, right? Because obviously it's transfer deadline day today when this is being recorded. What signings do you think City need?
I think we should have signed a striker. But we are scoring enough goals at the minute. But I
Yeah.
just think that we need one to really secure wins and not get any any draws or losses that we don't need.
Yeah. Any thoughts gone into it? What possible striker you think you should sign?
Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Yep.
Yeah.
team one.
You have actually been linked with him, I'm pretty sure. So yeah.
Link with him at the minute.
Yeah. Wonder kid and a half.
I find it funny when Man City fans say they need more players. Like,
Yeah, I know.
the depth is incredible.
I'm pretty sure if City put out the B team, they could probably still get top 6.
Oh, yeah.
Their subs can win the
We've
league.
got so many good players. Like, when you think Sancho couldn't even make it there.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else, Matt?
What's his name? Angelino as well at Leipzig.
Yeah, Angel.
I think
yeah.
Angelino. Well,
Yeah,
amazing
I
one,
think well, when he comes back from his loan, I reckon he could get a starting position because he's doing really well at Leipzig. Better.
You just said someone else out online, didn't you, today?
Who?
City.
Oh,
Let me have a look.
wait, what did he say?
Jason Braff. He's gone to Udinese from City on loan.
Who?
I don't know. It's,
Yeah, he's a youngster, isn't he?
yeah, he will be.
Thing is, though, you got to remember, Matt, with Angelino, he's at Leipzig. He got played quite a lot on like left mid, sort of like left mid, left
going
back.
forward,
Yeah,
there's a lot
but
better.
Man City, we do often do a free back in game. So like, and he could push forward like we've seen Cancelo do this season.
Yeah, Cancelo's had a real good season actually. This season for City so far. What about you, Tommy?
Hang on, Grimsby just signed a goalkeeper. That's
Did
good.
that?
Jake Eastwood from Sheffield United.
Cracking.
Don't know who he is, but hopefully he can keep more clean sheets than McEwen.
Yeah. Anyway, Tommy, if you're looking at City side, let's say let's say Pep Guardiola comes to you like, can't fucking take it anymore. You become manager, right? He hands you, the role. You become the manager. Who are you signing? What position you strengthening? Yeah, for City.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with Matt with a goal scorer.
Yeah.
If you look
think
where the goals are coming from, Jesus is doing all right, but West Brom, all five coming from other areas on the wings in midfield.
Yeah.
Gundogan's been amazing this season.
Yes, indeed.
Most underrated
Yeah,
player
a
in the
lot of the
league.
goals have been coming from the wide areas. Obviously, Jesus has been coming up with a couple goals there and there, but Aguero hadn't been firing for what in it now? It's like a year without a Premier League goal.
He got his last one in like February last year or something. So he's been ages.
Yeah,
it's just too many injuries for him, though, isn't it? And he's very injury prone, but he's linked with a big move to Barca, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know how Barca are going to afford him with the financial state they're in right now.
Obviously, when they want to, they score goals for fun.
Yeah, but
in the games where it's a bit tighter, where it's at top of the table clash, I think an extra striker will give them that edge to beat anyone.
Aguero's contract ends at the end of the season, and the City not looking like they're going to renew it.
Yeah, I can't see him staying.
Yeah, yeah. There's quite a lot of hot agents. 3 at the end of the season. Talking of end of the season, Matt, and obviously talking around City squad and players, who would you sell? So we talked about who would you bring in, or who do you think is a Man City fan?
I think we should sell. We'd obviously bring in a striker, but I'd sell Jesus because I think he's too good to be a secondary striker at City. He deserves more game time at a worse club. That's what I think.
Okay. What, so just Jesus?
Yeah, that's what I think.
So you don't think there's any deadwood at City?
And Ben Mendy.
Benjamin Mendy.
I don't think he's decent,
yeah,
but he's like, I think we could improve in left back.
Far too injury prone as well, isn't
he? Yeah. I tell you what though, I like that Zinchenko. I think he's actually an alright left back. He can definitely do the job. Nothing incredible, but did you see his shot the other day?
Oh yeah, like, just about saved.
Yeah.
He does what needs to be done, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's one of them left backs where he just does the job. It's nothing special, but he does the job there. What about you, Tommy? Do you think City should sell anyone? What players?
I'd agree with Mendy, just purely for the fact that it's so injury prone. You look at City's squad. There's no one that stands out saying, "Why is he there?"
We've got too many wingers, I'd say.
Unless you go really deep. Yeah, they have got a lot, haven't they?
Yeah, but most...
Silva.
Yeah, but they've got Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, I guess, can play on the
Silva
wing.
and Foden can both play in midfield as well.
Yeah.
I guess.
The good thing about City squad, they've got a lot of the versatile players, especially going forward.
The versatile have got a lot of depth as well.
Yeah, they have. They've got, Jesus, it's ridiculous the amount of depth they've got. Anyway, on to the next question. Matt, do you think 1-0 was good enough against Sheff?
Well, I think it's those type of games that we do need a striker because they could have easily just scored, got a lucky goal and scored, made it 1-0, which would drop us points. So I just think we need a striker to secure more wins and lose less games and draw.
Yeah. And then, if you actually think about it as well, Sheff was going into that game with a massive confidence boost after obviously they beat United 2-1. So they obviously good morale, and there was on high hopes, and you was facing a really strong Chef side, but obviously you edged it. Was you away or at home? I think it was away.
No, it was at
it was at home.
Was it? Oh yeah. But yeah, it was a. So you don't think that was good
It
enough?
did the job, but I just think we need to be a bit more secure with our goal scoring because sometimes it's just not
It's
there.
them teams who are down at the bottom who will give you good games. You look at the results: 1-0 against Sheffield United, 1-0 against Brighton, 1-1 against West Brom, 1-0. I know Southampton are a good side, but for City, that is where they do need a striker for that extra firepower to turn them draws or narrow wins into more comfortable wins.
Yeah. Where do you think they went wrong, Matt, by going forward-wise? Because obviously we've seen City this year in the prime, fast-attacking football, creating loads of chances, scoring goals, very solid at the back as well as we know with Stones and Diaz, a partnership. Where do you think they went wrong in that game against Chef going forward?
I think we weren't creating enough chances, and Jesus wasn't getting into the right positions to receive the ball. That's only a better striker to get in those positions where he can finish it.
Do you think he lacks the for instance, Cavani at United? He's always switched on. He's got that mentality of being a proper out and out striker. He wants to get in positions. He's saying Jesus likes that.
Aguero for years he's good at getting those right positions just to tap it in, but Jesus can't quite get there.
Yeah, but he's still got a lot to learn, hasn't he? Jesus, 24, is he? 23, 24? Yeah, still got a lot of potential.
He's 23, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, he's, and he's a good striker as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, we mentioned Gundogan earlier. Obviously, we know Gundogan's been outstanding this season. He's the top goal scorer in the Premier League for City this season with 7 goals in 15 appearances, which is very good for a midfielder, wouldn't you? But for a midfielder, you'd have thought he'd get some assists as well, wouldn't you? But no, he's got no assists this season in the Premier League. He's got 7 goals. And it's actually quite important that Gundogan's in the City side because in those 15 appearances with Gundogan in that side, you haven't lost a game. You're undefeated with Gundogan in that side. You've won 12 and you've only drew 3 in the Premier League with Gundogan in. What's your opinion on that?
I think it's very important that he's turned up this season because with Kevin De Bruyne's recent injury, so he's pretty much the Kevin De Bruyne whilst he's off. But yeah, he's playing very well.
Do you think he should pass the ball a lot more? Yeah,
I think he does have the right to shoot because we know he can, but in some positions he should pass it.
Yeah. Speaking of the passing as well, though, he's had his average is about 60 goals per game. Jesus Christ, not 60 goals, sorry. It's 60 passes per game. I meant, sorry. That's ridiculous. But yeah, it's 60 passes per game. When he's obviously that can be in their own half, in the attacking half as well. So he does pass. It's just he hasn't got any assists. Yeah. And I think he's taking his chances a lot more instead of just passing it. What do you think about that, Tommy?
I agree. Obviously, what you're saying, he could pass it more, but when the form is on, as a fan, you want the in-form players to be on the ball, driving at people, getting shots away.
Yeah.
With obviously Jesus and Aguero not being as clinical as we know they are, it is important that someone does step up, and it looks like Gundogan has been that player. And with De Bruyne injured, obviously that just makes him 10 times more important to that Man City squad.
Yeah. Well, obviously with that being said, how good defensively has City been this year so far? Especially with Stones coming back in the side. Obviously, as we all know, Stones came out of he's come out of a very rough patch these past couple of seasons. and he's partnered up with Diaz. And how strong does Diaz look as well? And I think, yeah.
And do you know what people forget about Diaz?
Yeah.
He's only 23.
What?
So he's really young.
Yeah,
Stones is still only 26, which is quite young for a centre half, considering Thiago Silva's 10 years older than him.
Yeah, Stones is a bit of a weird one. You know, he's switched on a lot more, and you know you can tell he's in a lot better positions defensively and attackingly. You know, winning headers and on corners now defensively. You know, and attacking. They do like a rogue or centre back, and this season combined, they've had 77 clearances when they've played together. Now that can be good and bad. That's good because Stones and Diaz obviously clearing it a lot, but isn't that bad in the midfield that they're letting the players get through for them to clear it? What's your opinion on that?
I think sometimes we do get caught out on the break a lot because we obviously only have 3 people at the back usually. But I think that it's hard though because our midfielders, we usually have a lot of people around the box. You have 7 people around the box and on the attacks, and it's hard to get back.
Yeah,
but we do have the pace at the back, like Walker.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Tommy?
Obviously, when you've got Pep, who's an attack-minded manager, there will be them moments where you are caught out on the break. And like Matt said, that is important when you have them quick players like Walker, who can get back really quickly and cover you. Obviously, Stones and Diaz are really solid. That's without mentioning how good Laporte's been when he has been playing for City.
Yeah. That does just prove how good, obviously, Stones and Diaz are working together as a partnership. Because with a centre back like Laporte, a very, very good centre back, and such as himself, not getting in over Stones and Diaz, obviously proving something.
Yeah, definitely.
If I can just chime in. If I can just chime in a sec. City have only conceded, I think, 13 goals all season, and they're way above the rest. Is there any defensive improvements Pep's made this season from last?
I think it's just Ruben Diaz. I think
just Ruben Diaz, or
he's made Stones better as a player, just by being there. He's made Stones better. Don't know what he's doing, but he's made him better.
Do you reckon he's made different approaches in training? Because something that Micah Richards said, apparently Pep told him, because wasn't he going to go out on loan at the start of the season? And he wanted to stay at City, didn't he? And then I think Pep told him to start booking his ideas up. And obviously this season he clearly has, and he's transformed himself into the centre back we saw. Lights at Everton when he was playing good at Everton, and that's why you don't go out and buy a centre back 50 million or around 50 million or even more than that if they're not going to be good unless they're Harry Maguire. When it's stuff like that, you just think 50 million, you've got to see potential in the manager. You can't go around splashing 50 million on a player that's going to be average, especially at a club like City as well.
Yeah, because we saw that he was getting linked with West Ham and Arsenal in the summer, but I think it's good that he's come back because I think because it's definitely you'd rather be at City than West Ham, but because I think he wants that Champions League football and he's proved himself this season that he deserves it.
Yeah. Right then. So, do you know who you've got next, Matt?
Burnley.
In the league? Yeah, you've got Burnley. What's your predictions on that game?
Obviously, last time it was 5-0. But this time, I think Burnley are looking a lot better, looking a lot stronger defensively. But I think we'll still beat them. I think we'll beat them 2-0.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're scoring past us.
Don't underestimate them, though. They beat Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool was on a bad run of form then, but we're still in bad run of form or not, still hard to break down.
But see,
What about you then, Alex? Sorry, Matt.
What predictions?
Yeah, predictions for Burnley.
I think it'll be 1-0 to Man City.
1-0 City.
Burnley's going to park the bus like they did against Chelsea. I think it was.
CFC, Tommy. What about you?
Yeah, I'd go 3-0 City. Obviously, Burnley do just sit back and they're rarely good defensively. But City just are so powerful going forward. And just, it's going to, like, the chances they're going to make, it's going to start going in eventually for a minute.
Yeah, it's almost like an overload of attack. That's what Pep wants his team to do. And as soon as as soon as the City build up, the momentum of attacking, it's very hard to break them down. Personally, I'm going to go with 3-1 because you never know about Burnley. Sometimes they pull out our madness, like I did obviously against Liverpool, and not just getting results as well. We underestimate some of Burnley's attack. You got Barnes, you've got Rodriguez, is it?
I think what's it? Burnley's
Chris Wood as well.
Yeah. What's it?
Go on, Matt.
Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes are both injured at the minute. So I think we're down to Jay Rodriguez and Vidra.
Yeah.
Vidra, yeah.
But you can't underestimate Vidra. He's a good little player. Right, I think that's my question about City done. Now, Alex, I think you can go on to him about Chelsea.
Talk about Chelsea. Something those up. Okay, so I should talk about the Tuchel appointment first. That and Lampard sacking. What does Tuchel bring to Chelsea that Lampard didn't?
Well, tactically, I think he's much better than Lampard. We saw last year, especially in the Champions League knockout rounds, Tuchel was changing formation like most of the games to suit the opponent that was coming up against. Like you saw in the semi-finals, they changed formation to go against Leipzig to counter where they're weak, and then he changed to a different formation for the Champions League final as well. So he's really versatile in his approach, whereas I feel Lampard, we only had that one game plan, especially this season, and when it didn't work, we didn't have anything to fall back on, really.
Yeah, there's no plan B.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Tuchel, I think Lampard lacks a lot of experience that Tuchel has.
Got the job far too.
And I think obviously different tactical approaches in different games. Like obviously we saw against the Wolves game where it was a draw, but you could tell that Chelsea was all over.
Yeah, we definitely looked a lot better that game.
Yeah, looks promising. Does look promising.
Question about Lampard. Do you think it was fair for him to be sacked? And follow question: why do you think he was sacked?
Obviously, no. Firstly, I don't think it was fair for him to be sacked, but it was to be expected because it's Chelsea. It's what's happened with the whole Abramovich era. If you're not instant success, you don't get the time or the backing from the manager. We saw.
Yeah. Abramovich
he really doesn't. And to be fair to him, it has worked. We saw Di Matteo sacked after winning the Champions League, Conte after winning the FA Cup and the Premier League. Obviously, Sarri was a bit different because he wanted to leave, but after winning the Europa League and all that, so it won like unexpected. We all saw it coming, but I don't think it was fair now.
Did you hear? I saw this thing. When Lampard, his whole time at Chelsea, he didn't speak to Abramovich once. They had no contact. So I think that's why he got sacked, because there's no sort of communication.
Do you know what I think about
what was expected of him?
Lampard being sacked. I think they should have given him a couple more years to gain experience as a manager, because he only managed Derby for a bit and then went straight to Chelsea.
Yeah, when you're bringing in a manager with 1 year of experience, you're gonna have to give them time to get that.
Yeah.
Like with see
Yeah,
Ollie at
well,
United, obviously he got Cardiff relegated, then he was at Mulder. He has to get time to get experience to be at a top club who are ambitious to win trophies.
I agree with that side of it. Obviously Frank, he needed a lot more experience. But you've got to remember what he did last season. He basically took a full group of literally youngsters, and finished top four of them, and got Champions League football. Obviously, he's still got a lot more to learn as a coach and a manager, for sure. There's no denying that. But I do really think Frank Lampard is good enough to manage in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah.
I just think Jose Mourinho could take Chelsea's last year's squad and get them top four.
No, with everything going on at Newcastle
No.
and other teams down there, I could see Lampard going to a team like them. But we had the transfer ban, obviously. This is the first time we've actually hit a big dip in form. And the first sign at that, he's gone. So I don't think it was fair on him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, next question. Werner and Havertz, obviously, had the best start of the season. And everyone to bring out the price for how much he bought them. What's gone wrong? Why aren't they scoring as many goals as
I think Havertz especially, 21, came to a new country, got COVID. Like Paul Mason said the other day, at that age, it's easy to ring your parents or your friends to come over to help them feel better. But in the world we're in currently, he doesn't have that outside connection, does he? After a poor performance, he goes home and he's just got to sit in it, which obviously is not great for his confidence. As for Werner, if you watch the Bundesliga, a lot of the teams do play really high lines, which can utilise his pace a lot. Obviously, that's not an excuse for them big chances he's missing, but that comes with a big loss of confidence. And when we played the likes of Wolves, Burnley, you saw he wasn't getting loads of chances like he was in Germany. Obviously, when he was at Leipzig, he's never been like a proper clinical finisher. He does miss a lot of big chances. That's just the player he is. But he does usually get a lot more to be able to put them right. And we saw at the start of the season, he was missing big chances and he was scoring. I just think it's just a lack of confidence, really. I guess that's another reason they bought Tuchel in, because the German connection and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking about the Burnley and Wolves game, looking at the stats and watching the game, you've dominated both. What does Tuchel bring? What's his philosophy?
Well, he's a very possession-based manager, as we know. He's does like to win the ball back quickly. Obviously, an offensive manager. He's a lot more direct than Lampard was, because we all knew our game plan. It was get it to James Chilwell and get balls into the box. But that's why Hudson-Odoi seems to thrive, well, has been thriving so far under Tuchel. Because with a wing-back role he's been playing, it does give him a lot of freedom to drive at players with defensive cover as well with a free-back. I just think it gives us a lot more firepower going forward as well with the free-back as well.
Especially Zuma's had a great season. He's got most clearances, most aerial duels won for Chelsea. How much has he improved since last season?
He's improved a lot. We was all excited for him to return from Everton after that loan spell. But obviously last season we were just awful defensively all over. And you can point the blame in that, however you want, defensive coaches, the manager. But at the end of the day, the defence was just shocking. Obviously brought in Thiago Silva in the summer. I think that would have helped him a lot. I don't think anyone expected him to be as good as he has been. Especially
for a man of his age as well.
I just think Silva's really helped Zuma a lot. And yeah, he hasn't been starting so far under Tuchel, but like we saw Alonso starting yesterday, a new manager gives everyone a clean slate, a new beginning really at the club. So everyone will get the chance, and when Zuma gets his chance, I'm sure he'll take it.
Alonso's goal.
I couldn't believe it,
Jesus.
honestly.
What? Yeah. You know, he's just control of his knee to just managed to turn around his defender and just whack it
What a
back
goal!
on.
I couldn't believe it. I was in shock.
It's like his old 2017-18 self. Oh, no, 2017.
That season he did really thrive as a wing back. So if we are going to play wing back, as stupid as it sounds, real, I think Chilwell could have a fight on his hands for Alonso because he is really good as a wing back.
He's still good. Yeah.
I think Alonso is very good, like technically. Like, I don't know how to word it. I think he's a lot better on the ball than Chilwell, due to I think his obviously experience and his age and stuff. You know, he's had a lot more experience than Chilwell, and I think he's better. Well, he's more comfortable on the ball. Obviously, he's not as quick as Chilwell. But I think Alonso could be a good midfielder. I don't know. There's something about Alonso I actually do think he'd be an alright midfielder.
Centre or like left hand side.
No, yeah, like left hand side. So like like in a 4-2-3-1, like the left midfielder.
Yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know about Werner, like. At this point, I just feel bad for him because he's missed so stupid. You know the ones that, you know the other day when he just like kicked it into his own
head's
leg.
gone. 100% his head.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, he needs one of the most ridiculous like P rolls to go in just to get him going again.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you know Chicory Hernandez's goal for United? Do you kicked into his face?
Yeah, just anything to go in for him because nothing's going his way. He did score a really good goal, didn't he? Who was it against? I forgot who it was against. It might have been Fulham actually. That volley. Well, actually no, it was against Leicester. That free kick where it was a really good volley from him into the bottom corner. He was offside by the tiniest bit.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the most unluckiest players I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's got 15 goal contributions in all competitions.
Yeah, obviously, everyone's labelling him as a flop, but 15 goals so far, it's not bad, is it? Considering all the chances he has missed. Imagine what his contributions would be at if them chances did go in.
Yeah, it's positive. It does show what he's capable of.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We all know he's a great striker. He just needs that confidence. He needs a good run of form to really get him flying again.
Yeah. And you can actually see as well on the pitch as well. You know, he really does want to do well. Whenever he misses an open chance, or he mistimes a pass,
how frustrated he is. And Tuchel said that he can see like how down he is about his form. He really does want to do well. I think he will become good eventually. Like we saw. Ndombele, what a player he's been this season. Like he wasn't anything special, was he, last year?
Yeah.
João Felix at Atletico struggled the first year, has been amazing this year.
Yeah.
But I'm worried for Werner because he's got that ear infection. He's got ear problem, right?
Supposedly, I'm not sure how much truth is behind that.
Yeah, if it is true, then when Dan's come back, it'll be a bit.
Yeah, but German fans are mental, aren't they? So.
Oh yeah,
German fans are a lot louder than British fans.
Especially Dortmund's like yellow wall.
Yeah,
but obviously you're a massive Pulisic
fan. How can you tell?
I guess. Tuchel and Pulisic are reunited again after Dortmund. How do you think that'll improve?
I think it'll improve him massively. I'm really excited for this. He gave him his debut when he was 17. He's worked under him a lot. Tuchel knows the type of player he is, more than Lampard did, because they was only together a short time. Tuchel's had him for a couple years before. He's really developed him into the player he was. So he knows his strengths and his weaknesses.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for him because he does like direct wingers, as we've seen with him with Hudson-Odoi as well. So Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi, when they hit full form, it will be really good together.
Yeah. Where do you rate Hudson-Odoi amongst the Premier League youngsters? Like the massive debate: Saka, Greenwood, Foden. Where do you think
It's
Hudson-Odoi
really
is?
hard to tell because a load of people change the stance on it every week. Greenwood obviously been really good for United. Obviously, not
not so
recently, but we
recently.
know the talent is there. As it
He can
stands,
be.
obviously Saka, even Smith Rowe's been decent this season. I mean,
Yeah,
in terms of the
Yeah.
ceiling, I
and then
think he
Felipe
has the
Foden.
potential to go further. On current form, he is one of the best in our team. He's really promising.
Oh yeah, especially the other night when he was against Burnley, he was looking really really lively. Obviously, his assist to Azpilicueta, and then he passed it into Werner, didn't he? When Werner miscontrolled it. He's looking really lively on the wing, and I think for Hudson-Odoi, a lot more now you can see he's got his head up. Like he used to run with his head down. He used to run into danger all the time. Now he's running away from it, which is good, and he's creating a lot more chances as well, which
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
is
he's
good
going
for
to
him.
get more time under Tuchel than he did with Lampard. Because obviously, if you've been looking at Twitter with
Yeah,
Lampard, it was always frustration when Hudson-Odoi wasn't in the lineup, and that's because he's so direct. He
Yeah.
get at players and create chances where there's not much on. Like the Burnley defence, really compact. He takes one player out the game, and that creates a whole different scenario. Which
yeah.
I know it's early doors, but where do you see Tuchel taking Chelsea in his reign?
it depends how long he's given. If he gets enough time, which I highly doubt he will, because it's just what happens at Chelsea, I think he can really turn us into title contenders. Because we saw in one season that year, Klopp finished seventh for Dortmund. He came in and got him second. So if he's given enough time on his backs, I think we can go far.
Yeah, hopefully he does get enough time because he is a good. I would rate him as a manager. A lot of people are
He's
against
a
him,
really
but I
good
think he'll do
manager.
well.
I don't get where it's all come from. I think it's just because managing PSG and that. But he got Mainz promoted into the
Yeah,
Bundesliga, got them Europa League football next season. He never lost a game at
I
home
don't
as
know that.
Dortmund manager in 2 years seasons. He's got the highest win
Yeah,
percentage as any Dortmund manager, and he's got the best win percentage in league and history as well. So if he's given time, we will be really good.
Yeah.
yeah, he is good. Um, I've looked on Twitter. I've looked on Twitter and social media. Rudiger, he's been having a couple of decent performances.
Of course he is. He's German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he can finish the Chelsea post
Obviously, like I
under
said,
Tuchel?
about Alonso, it gives everyone a fresh start, doesn't it? I think Rudiger got the
Yeah,
chance. Obviously, we saw a couple seasons ago, 18, 19, 17, 18, he was very solid. I think Zuma and Rudiger will have good competition for each other. It's just like it's the what Rudiger we get. Obviously, he can be very mistake prone, as we know from last season, and I'm still like a bit like shaky with him being in the lineup. I'd rather Zuma be there, but obviously with a new manager, you have to accept everyone's got a new chance. And to be fair to him, he has performed decently well the past two games.
yeah. It will be good though. If Thiago Silva retires in like a couple of seasons. Him and Zuma at the back could be good for the long term.
Yeah, it depends on the system because Alonso is very much a system player. As a left back, he's a completely different player to Alonso as a left wing back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some more questions about Chelsea.
We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go to Matt quickly. Matt, still on the topic of Chelsea. Where do you
think
think
that
they're gonna finish the season in the
what
league?
what
Right,
position are they
good
now?
question.
Now they're like they're seventh now. So I think Tuchel I think he'll
Yeah.
turn around and
Yeah.
I think they'll finish fifth. Yeah, I don't think they make. Because looking at the top four right now, I don't think
Think they'll
they're
finish
making,
fifth.
like City, United, Liverpool, Leicester.
Just
I don't think they're getting in. I think it will. Yeah.
do you think that's how the top four is going to finish? Yeah. Obviously, Leicester
Without
very good
Vardy as well.
at the minute. You know, we're gonna. Yeah, Vardy, very very good striker. Right, me and Alex have prepared a few more things to talk about. Actually, first thing that has been brings my attention. Manchester United centre back Teden Mengi. I don't know if any of you know this. Today, Wayne Rooney has signed him on loan for Derby.
That's good.
Obviously, Derby are in a not great well, they're not doing great in the Championship at the minute, are
He's helped them a lot. If you look at the record,
Yeah,
I
the
think
past
they're
3
18th now.
games,
Like
all
12.
1-0.
they? Yeah.
I think.
Do you think Mendy is the problem? Well, is the salvation that they need?
What for Derby?
Yeah.
I don't know much about him, but I'd hope.
Well, what I know about him, he's fast, he's strong, and
I was going to
What do
say,
you
I
think,
thought
Kev?
everything just cut out then.
Yeah. Wait, we'll give it a second until he comes back.
You just cut out.
You might
hey,
cut out.
what's
Okay.
happening?
You back? Yeah.
Oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. No, he's fast. He's very good physically, and he's not afraid to go into a challenge. A lot of people had to compare him into Lindelof.
Yeah.
You got anything to say, Alex?
I mean,
About
it's what you want at centre back. If fast, strong, they've got good, concentration. They're not scared to get into a tackle. Derby are on a good run of form right now, so he comes in, hopefully makes that better. Because Rooney's doing well with them, so.
I think he can do quite well
Yeah.
because you see Mark Gahey, who we sent out on loan to Swansea, similar player, is rarely helped their defence as Swansea currently sat second, 4 points off the top. I think it'll depend on Derby's defence as a whole, but I can definitely see him making an improvement with his physical attributes.
What do you think about Tomori's signing for AC Milan recently?
I'm gutted. I know they're gonna.
I'm gutted.
They're gonna buy him.
him.
I don't get the reasoning behind that. I don't understand completely why he was frozen out of the squad in the first place. We're definitely gonna lose him.
Yeah. Did you see him in the Inter game? He in the AC Milan v Inter Milan game the other day. When obviously that massive heated fight between Zlatan and Lukaku happened, Tomori actually looked pretty decent. I was watching the game, and he had all things covered. And it's a shame because obviously when he got played last season, he did look like a decent.
Yeah, obviously he's only young, so the
centre-back.
mistakes will be there, but that only goes with experience.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you won't give him more time, especially over Christensen, who is a better defender than Christensen by far.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gutted.
Yeah, well, 100% they're going to buy him because there's an option to buy in his loan clause.
Yeah.
He will be good. Because they've wanted him for a while now, haven't they? I wanted him for Everton because it was rumoured in the summer, and I heard he was going to go on loan in this window, so I thought we could snatch him up, but unfortunately not.
Yeah. Right, we're just going to divert our attention over to the latest news today about Liverpool. Obviously, they've about to sign 2 centre-backs, Kabak from Schalke, and then Ben Davies from Preston.
That one's confirmed, the day
now. Yeah. the Davies one has now been confirmed once we've been recording this.
Can I just say something?
Go on.
As Davies he's gone from Preston to Liverpool. They've loaned out Van der Berg, I think it's his name, to Preston.
Yeah. The Dutch young Liverpoolian centre back. They've loaned out to Preston. Yeah. Topic on Ben Davies at the minute. Do you reckon he'll be able to handle the intensity of the Premier League?
I'd say so. I feel like he's one of them characters he'll get stuck in. He won't let the Premier League or Liverpool, dazzle him. I think he'll just get
I think
right.
we'll probably talk to him and say
I think he's
just go out and express yourself, because obviously when everyone's back, he's not going to be like a starter, is he? Like, go do your best now to give yourself a better chance later.
Yeah, 1.6.
Yeah. And I think the fee was won it around 2 million.
Yeah, 2.5, I think.
Got him for. Yeah, and for a defender like Ben Davies, who was talking about Mengi earlier, Davies he's not particularly slow. He's faster than Henderson and Fabinho.
He's actually a defender.
He's probably not as strong, but I am excited to see him in the Premier League. Obviously not playing for Liverpool because they're all dirty Scousers, but
he's good on the ball.
Playing in the Premier League, he is. But he's kind of got Liverpool now. Let's play two midfielders and one centre back.
Allowing Fabinho and Henderson to go back in midfield.
Yeah. Which means obviously with Fabinho and Henderson going back in midfield, that also means they'll be up to full strength with Fabinho, Henderson, and Wijnaldum in midfield. And that's just going to be dangerous, and that is title challenging. And even more strengthening at the back, obviously Kabak. What a young talent he is.
Best at the Schalke back.
To be fair, no one in that Schalke squad has been performing this season. If you've watched them, they've been awful, really. Out of that team, he's the only one who I take. And Liverpool, I think that's one of the best ones they could have signed with who's available at the minute.
For a loan deal, it's very
good.
Well,
it's only a loan deal, but however, they have got an option to buy
25 million
at the end of the season, which probably will buy him anyway, because obviously Van Dijk and Gomez are going to need backup anyway. In case one of them gets injured or they're
potential
tired.
Fee, which I don't think is bad for a young centre half.
Yeah,
that's good.
But it's funny though, isn't it? Because Upamecano's release clause.
Yeah, I can see that being activated.
10 million,
summer, especially if he keeps on playing like he has been with Leipzig.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. They've had an option to buy Kabak with a loan, for the loan until the summer, with an option to buy 30 million. Why not just go pay 40 million up front for Upamecano? Like when we had Reece on the podcast the other day, he was talking about this. I think what he said, how Liverpool haven't paid that will something. I can't actually remember it.
I agree with that. I don't get why there's not more attention around Upamecano from all the top clubs, because it's such a low release clause for someone who's 22 and playing like week in, week out with title challengers in Leipzig. Yeah.
Leipzig. Another centre back is for Man United though. Kunde might be going in the summer.
I can't see Ramos coming back to United, because this story gets out every year, and every year it seems like Ramos just uses it to get a bigger deal off Madrid. I think that's just what's going to happen again.
That is a good point. However, Ramos actually, a statement that Sky Sports actually put on Twitter as well. It was something along the lines of Sergio Ramos eyeing up Manchester United move. So for actually once, he's eyeing that.
You never know with the players these days, especially like Ramos, who has been known to play these mind games before just to get a bigger deal.
Yeah,
I can't see him.
because Real Madrid don't want to accept anyone over. I think it's 30 for a 2-year contract. I think it's a 1-year contract.
It's Ramos though.
Obviously, Ramos been doing it for years.
It's Sergio Ramos. Like, if Real
Yeah, but no,
Madrid
I think
made
they
man,
need to
like,
keep him
the
because you
captain,
saw what City had
he's
said
been there
defense
for ages.
Yeah.
I think he'd
in the
retire there.
Champions League.
Yeah,
Ramos awful.
Ramos awful. Yeah,
The reason people think he's good is because of FIFA.
Like Militao, that guy's got a career
That's
just
the
off
only reason.
FIFA.
Yeah, not actually.
I actually genuinely beg Militao goes to Spurs because with Mourinho's type of coaching, Militao goes straight into that.
Yeah, it'll be a good signing.
Yeah.
Have you also seen what Watford have done?
Yeah, they signed that Ecuador and that Ecuador.
They've signed Dennis Bergkamp and Mauricio Pochettino's sons.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I saw the Pochettino
He's like
one.
Football Manager. You just see an ex-player and you sign him. Yeah, they brought Dennis Bergkamp's son in as well. And I don't really know.
Yeah, to be fair though, Dennis Bergkamp's son looks a lot better than Pochettino's though.
Yeah, I think Watford are actually doing quite well because I'm watching them obviously because of Ben Foster. But the new manager, he's come in. The players already like him, so I think any more signings will help him get promoted again.
It's really close in the Championship.
I do.
Norwich 54, then Swansea 50, Brentford, Watford 48, Reading are up there 47. It's really tight.
Swansea back in the Prem. It's been too long. I think Swansea back in the Premier League.
Yeah, Swansea. When they went down, I was disappointed because Swansea were like the Premier League team. Like I grew up watching the Premier League with Swansea in it. So them going down was a bit of a shock. But also Stoke going down. That was a bit
Stoke really haven't been the same after since they went down. Same with Huddersfield.
No. Jack Butland's left way too late.
As well, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Sunderland and Hull, ever since they just climbed down the division.
Yeah, they're up in League One now. I think Jack Butland, when he was at Stoke, he left way too late. Sorry,
he was in the England squad as well. As soon as Stoke went down, I was one say Butland's gone.
Yeah, to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he didn't.
Yeah,
he only went this year? Crystal Palace. Yeah, that was too late. Sort of ruined his career.
Down, didn't
he could have gone to be a massive keeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Preston want Anthony Gordon from Everton now. They're making some good moves, to be fair.
Butland's 27 now.
Brought in a couple of
Preston?
Yeah, Preston want Anthony Gordon.
I didn't know that.
27. Jesus.
He has. He's still got
a goalkeeper. You do go
6-7 years ahead of him. So
he
got to remember.
Broke through 15-16. That was his breakthrough year at Stoke.
Yeah.
But and then the year after that, what he was just sick in FIFA. So he built his name there.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, FIFA 16. Never score past Butland. It was impossible.
Yeah. Look, we've got the news up now. Wait, Tom, didn't you have some questions?
Yeah, I did actually. Obviously, with Bobby being a Tottenham fan, I've got to ask you about the Brighton game. You should have seen this coming.
Shit on it.
Yeah, so what do you think about the Brighton game?
Yeah. Flat. Really flat. I think it was... I don't know, it was annoying to watch. I actually agree with Mourinho. I think the squad is lacking a lot of excitement, and I really do think the squad is just depressed as a whole, because obviously, start of the season, we had... Obviously, came on injured, and we had such a good run. And as soon as we lost that game against Liverpool, when Firmino just scored that header, in like 10 minutes to go, it was heartbreaking, And then we went on to go lose against Leicester the week after, which I do think if we'd have beat Liverpool, we would have beat Leicester. And then ever since we lost against Leicester and Liverpool, I think that head's just gone. And it's actually funny to watch Spurs without Harry Kane, because you actually do realise once Harry Kane in the team how much of an influence he actually brings on the players. Now, obviously, he doesn't come across the most motivational person. Obviously, his team's a world class.
Yeah, best in the business.
Win. But yeah, no, just the influence that he has on the pitch, and I think his presence just makes the team a lot better as well. But yeah, it was just really disappointing to watch. I know he turned it off about 10 times. But another brilliant display
He does
by
look
Rodon.
promising, yeah.
I'm really liking watching him.
I saw earlier Diego Costa
Joe
linked with
Rodon.
a top 6 club, so obviously I know traditional top 6 and that, but Alex, would you take him at Everton?
Oh, instantly. I'd love him. I'd love him. But I realised when Sky Sports put out unnamed top 6, it definitely wasn't us because they didn't rate us as a top 6 team. I mean, also we're not there anyway. But I'd take it. We've got one striker in Calvert-Lewin.
Thing is, though, I remember me and you talking about it, Tommy. Diego Costa a couple
he's
months
a
ago.
presence,
He's a
he's
player again.
one of them players who, like, he can go a
yeah,
game without
he's
scoring,
constantly-
but you're constantly watching him,
Yeah.
like, checking what he's doing. Oh yeah, Bobby, would you take him at Tottenham? Would you take him at Tottenham?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And there's a few reasons because, one, I'd love him at Tottenham because then, if he won't be at another Premier League club, will he, if he comes to Tottenham, which means he won't be able to give our defenders,
Sign him so he can't play against
black
us.
eye or, by elbowing him or. Exactly, yeah, that's my thought process, signing him. And then obviously, when Kane gets injured, Diego Costa can do a job. It's way better than Vinicius. Vinicius thinks he's world class because he's got a hat trick. I don't. Yeah, I think it's scored a hat trick, right, against a club in Tier 8. And
they have a bin man playing for them.
What's wrong with you? Exactly.
Oh yeah, did you get a picture of what they all was? I forgot the goalkeeper. He had I think goalkeeper had about 3 jobs. And he had to
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
He's 25
he had to
as
ditch
well.
one of them to play the game. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I know.
He's not old, but I thought it'd be 19 because he had a break season.
He's never really broke through
Yeah.
than that year at Benfica. Back to Costa, Matt, would you take him?
I'd take him on
Yeah.
it's like a 1-year contract or something until we sign a proper big striker in summer.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, 6 months now. See, especially
Aguero.
he's injured at the minute, isn't he? I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's just not.
He's got COVID.
Yeah.
I think Aguero's injured. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, can I say something about Everton? I'm not getting a striker. Bournemouth verbally agreed a deal with both Everton and Fulham for striker Joshua King.
Oh yeah, and I knew that was coming.
I've just seen it now.
I saw that earlier.
My eyes just rose. Who?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It just me. Tommy sounds like a robot.
You told me just
It's the whole time.
Yeah,
No,
he's
just
like a robot. I was just like, I was thinking, do I?
No, about last 5 minutes, 2 minutes. But would Joshua King I'm not give my opinion because I'm a bit biased if I do take him. I'll take him. But what do you think if he goes to Everton or Fulham?
I think he'd get more game time went to Fulham. However, I do think he'd be better off at Everton because he could be one of them players who come up as an impact sub, 70th minute, bring Calvert-Lewin off, or possibly an attacking midfielder, put Josh King there.
Yeah,
he's fast, he's good with the ball. We all know we can strike him from when he was in the Prem before. And he's very slimy to play against. If you ask, do you remember that goal? It was against Manchester United, and it was dropping all over. King came out of nowhere and just got it.
Quite well scoring, hasn't he? Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I got told by my mate, he's like, he will be another Timu Pukki where he gets a 6 start
I
to
think
season.
they do need
And just slowly drops off. I'm like, no, it's Calvert-Lewin, he won't.
give
And I mean,
in
I'm
that
not really
way.
wrong.
The,
But he's still got.
Yeah.
Well, there's no strikers. He's just in. So I think, and he's like Joshua King's like a direct. He's just nothing like Calvert-Lewin. So Calvert-Lewin gets the ball. He's a bit of a target man. One touch finish. Joshua King will just drive at you.
he can't do anything.
Obviously.
I say you trial put Pickford up front. His arms are too small in
If
that.
he's out of goal, put him anywhere. If he's not in goal, I don't care. Stick him in front if you want. I just want Olsen back in goal because Pickford, he just gives me a heart to go and watch him play. It's so bad. Sorry. I think I actually would I take Kepa over Pickford?
Yes, CJ got.
I'd rather stick under 15's keeper and go.
No, the net's too big for him.
I'd have less worry. No, just stick Olsen. He's 6'5". He's Swedish. He's playing in the World Cup. Put him in goal. Why is Pickford still in net? It doesn't make any sense to me. He cost us like that Leicester game we won, but because Pickford he's got butterfingers. Tielemans scored the most bullshit goal.
Yeah,
It's just he cost us so many points. And Ancelotti, I don't want to say this about Ancelotti because he's a genius. He's won everything there is, so he's got a reason.
His form with
If
England.
you've got Pickford, who's got short arms, he's 6'1".
yeah,
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, but I would say it's because defensively, but Everton play defensive all the time. The tactics are so boring. But we're not 12, so I'm happy.
Right, we're going to end it off with the last question of the podcast. Who do you think is going to get relegated? We're going to start off with you, Tommy.
He knows his fight. He seems to do it, but
yes,
as well.
Yeah,
sounds like Sean Dyche.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah, they've signed him on loan.
That's a good.
Which is a big signing because he's very versatile as well.
And
yeah.
Make shake up the.
I think
Honestly, if not swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's another episode. That's another. Oh no! I'm not finishing off yet.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think we're gonna do another episode of talking about West Brom in depth. See if Big Sam can save West Brom. We're gonna have a big episode about that. Depends who we have on. We're gonna try and mix it up a lot. And anyway, with Matt, what about you?
West Brom,
who do you think is gonna get relegated?
So I can't. Brighton and Burnley are getting back into a decent form to not get relegated. So I just think it'll stay the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's a good three. I'm pretty sure that's the exact same what Reece and JJ and Owen gave us actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change at all.
Yeah.
And Fulham are like 8 points behind.
Below.
So I don't think
There's no hope.
They salvage a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right then. We're going to end it off there then. I'd like to say thank you to Tommy and Matt for coming on.
Very good episode.
And talking. Yeah, very, very good episode. Very enjoyable. I hope, me and Alex do hope you can come on it again at some point. Good. We will try and mix it up a few times. We're going to try and have different guests. So next time, Tommy or Matt, you might not be with each other. You might be with someone else, depending on who. Undecided yet. Everybody watching this video, please can you leave a like and subscribe. Struggling the views, brilliant at the minute. I think we're getting like
100 episodes.
It's like, yeah, it's somewhat around that.
We've got 100 in the last one. The first one we loaded, I think we're on like 93 right now. So thanks for the support.
Yeah, thank you. I guess we'll see you all next time. Bye, peeps.